Homeboyz Rugby Club is a young club compared to the rest of the big boys, but they are a force to reckon with. For any new club, it's very difficult to establish themselves, but the DJs, as they are popularly known, have been a cut above the rest since its formation, if their recent success is anything to go by. The DJ's journey has been a journey of determination since it was formed, scaling the heights of rugby and moving from strength to strength in trying to shift the rugby balance to their favor.
Homeboyz RSA, actually, this is our 8th year since it was formed. It's a long journey, I think. Building the club from scratch, having young players. Our aim for building this club was actually to give young players a chance to play, because I was in KCB. We had won Kenya Cup 3 times, and we had a bulk of players that most of them didn't have a chance to play in the Kenya Cup or even the ESS side. Forming Homeboyz, basically our aim was to give chance to the young talent from other clubs and basically straight from school. So yeah, that's where we started, and our program was first we see how we can grow as a team with the young players straight from playing a few university games. Then we went to ESS, whereby we played first season we played 16 games. Good enough, we were able to win all the games, but then we were not promoted to Kenya Cup, so because we were not KRU affiliates by then. So we did our papers, and we were forced to play another season, another ESS side again. So we played a total of 32 games at the ESS level. Then we were promoted to Kenya Cup.
The club's policy has always been giving the youth straight from high school a chance for them to showcase their talent, with an aim of nurturing them up until the national level.
The journey has been good. One of our policy was if we are able to select young players basically from Western region, and maybe their parents or they can't get accommodation in Nairobi. So our policy was we do a proper selection during nationals and regionals. Then after school you talk to your parent. Then if you're able to come to Nairobi, we accommodate you, and it was a responsibility for parents to get a college whereby you're able to go into school. Then you play for Homeboyz. So basically, if we accommodate you and we provide food, training facilities, kit, then you are sorted. Then we give you like a couple of years, like 2 years. You should be able to get to the top of Kenya Cup, playing Kenya Cup side, or otherwise playing for the national team by then.
Well, Homeboyz, what has been their selling point was that they have been able to tap into young players especially from Western Kenya and from Nyanza. Paul Murunga, who was their coach and who is now the Kenya Sevens coach, is very big on developing young talent. And in that 9-year journey, a good chunk of those players have come from Kakamega High School, Chavakali, Vihiga, maybe 1 or 2 from St. Mary's Yala, 1 from maybe I think Maseno. But the bedrock of Homeboyz has been Western Province, and they've been able to get young players from there, and they've been able to develop them. And that is where they've been able now to have a steady flow of those players from Western Province. Because he goes there, he doesn't have to sign players from Harlequins or Impala or Nondis. As long as he can develop those players in 2 or 3 years' time and they become good players, by the way, who are able to play both 15s and 7s, I think that has been their trick, and that's why they've been able to beat even clubs who have been there for a longer period.
The system definitely did work, with the evidence of Homeboyz players being called up to the national team level when it started.
So that program has really worked. I think it was one of the best program as a club, because for the first 4 years, I think the guys that we started with, we saw Agustin Lugonza in the national team, Alvin Otieno in the national team, Bush Mwale, we had Oscar Yodi. All of that group went straight playing 7s in the national team. And of course, a few of 15s players again were able to join the 15 aside.
So far, I'm impressed. That's the least I can say. If you go back to the sevens team, they had guys like Juma, like Olindi, like Mark, who was the top try scorer, and he's only 19. So guys are coming through the ranks, and at Homeboyz they're given that opportunity, which is amazing. And us more experienced folks, we also take a leaf or two from the young guys, which is amazing. They bring new energy to the team, and going forward, I know they're going to help us to achieve the top goal, which is the Kenya Cup.
In the sevens platform, we have Johnston Olindi and we have Mark Wandeto. Those one for sure, they are ready to go and play to face the world in terms of playing. We still have Don Odhiambo, who is still playing with us and has also played a few of sevens tournaments, and of course 15s right now. We have Collins Shikoli, who is slowly coming from injury, and we are seeing him playing very well. We have one of our player that was first called in the 15s, then he was dropped later on. We have William Difu, who is also playing so well. We have Steve Otieno, and of course we have Zeden Maro, who is only 20 and is with the 15 aside supposed to travel to France. So we have a couple of them that I think they're coming through the ranks and they'll be okay in the near future.
The club has grown in leaps and bounds with the evidence of their current players representing the country in the national team level.
So this is our 8th year, and I think things are good. The club has really grown. Considering right now we have majority of players in all national teams. Currently we have 7 of our players that, in fact 8 of our players that are in the 15 setup that is going to France late this year to play repechage.
However, there's one player who stands out, Mark Wandeto, who has been the pick of the bunch.
He was top try scorer in the local circuit. I think ahead of everyone else with like 10 tries, considering he didn't play even the last leg.
Like Mark, who was the top try scorer, and he's only 19. So guys are coming through the ranks, and at Homeboyz they're given that opportunity, which is amazing.
Well, he's a good player. I think he really shown for Homeboyz a lot during the 7th circuit. What most people don't know is that by the time the 7th circuit was starting, Homeboyz had already played in around 2 or 3 pre-seasons tournaments. So they were able to see Wandeto playing maybe in Masaku 7s, maybe in the Kitui 7s, and that's why he was able to be fast-tracked to play in the 7th circuit, and he got his opportunity and took it well.
Homeboyz also invested in the women's team, who have also been exceptional, winning several tournaments this year.
Also formed a women's team 3 years ago. They were able to play like all the KRU tournaments and won most of them. This year alone, I think they played and won all the sevens tournament. So again, we have 7 of them in the national team that they are supposed to travel to Dubai late this year to play invitational side women competition.
In the Kenya Cup last season, the team was so close yet so far in their push for their maiden Kenya Cup trophy. They, however, made up for that loss with winning their maiden 15th trophy, the Enterprise Cup, by defeating Impala Saracens in a dominant manner 21-3 at the RFUEA grounds. They then capitalized on that momentum and gave a good account of themselves in the Stanbic National 7th circuit, winning 4 of the 6 legs.
Last season we were a bit scrappy in terms of doing our plays. Most of our players were in the national team. Then last season, of course, we had a lot of guys that had injuries. We had 4 of our guys, mainly backline, that went for surgery. We had Alvin, of which Alvin Otieno did not play even the local circuit last season. And this season, I think we did a very good pre-season compared to last season. We had enough time to prepare. Most of the players were in camp when we were preparing both Division 2 and Division 1. Remember, this year alone, we were able to field 2 teams during Sepetuka, and our second side won Division 2 also. So then at Kabeberi, we also fielded 2 teams, of which Team 1, our first division, won the main cup, and our second division also got to the finals of Division 2.
We did a very good preseason. If you do a very good preseason, your players are fit. And also bear in mind that also Homeboyz have a lot of internationals. When you look at guys like Leonard Mugaisi, you look at guys like, who else? Charles Odemba. There are like 3 or 4 players who play for the Kenya Sevens team. That experience, of course, Oscar Yodi, now also Agustin Lugonzo. All those guys have played for the Sevens team for the past 3-4 seasons. Now, you have a very good preseason, you play 1 or 2 tournaments, so you look at the combinations. Who can start where, who can be the hooker, who can be the scrum half. You add guys like now Mohamed Omolo, Israel Soi, who are signed from Impala, like the previous season, and you've got a match-winning team. And now, what you just need to do is just now get the experience and the combinations right, and the hunger to win. And that's what Homeboyz did. The first 2 tournaments, they were blowing away teams, by the way. Simply, because they had a very good preseason, they had done the strength and conditioning very well, and then the experience of these players, especially guys like Mugaisi, guys like Agustin Lugonzo. Also Jeff Oluoch, who had a very good season with the Kenya Sevens last year. So you add all those pieces together, and that's why Homeboyz were able to dominate the 7th circuit. And I'll not be surprised if again come next year they're able to win it again.
Christie's, as much as by the time we were playing quarterfinals, we had already won the circuit because of points. Our boys didn't look down. I think it was one of the greatest local circuit finals, playing against Harlequins in the finals, and of course going to sudden death, whereby within a few minutes our captain Mugaisi was able to kick and chase and scored a very easy try. I think that was the best ever game this season.
With the Kenya Cup 2018-19 season just around the corner, the team is gearing up to mount a strong challenge in trying to win their maiden Kenya Cup trophy, and with an air of optimism around the team, this could be their year.
We've got into 2 semi-finals, and we've lost to Cabras. So this season, the way we'll approach knockouts, it's basically different, and we are aiming to get to the finals and win Kenya Cup. Considering most of our guys are now exposed into the national team, they've been playing CAR and 15th championship, 15th cup in the national team, and now going for repechage. I think we'll be ready to win Kenya Cup.
A few things didn't go well. Tough luck, the bounce of the ball here and there. But all that is in the past, and we've learned from it, we've embraced it, and going forward, I'm sure we're going to be more competitive.
Well, I think it's all about, you see, once you get to the Kenya Cup playoffs, people really don't care how well you played in the season. It's all about taking your chance on that day and playing what I would call percentage rugby. Percentage rugby just means that when you get penalties, you take them. When you get those try scoring opportunities, you take them. It doesn't matter if the game ends 9-6 or 12-9 or 12-11. As long as you've progressed now to the next stage, that's what matters. That's what knockout rugby is all about. And that's one area which I think Homeboyz have not yet learned. Because for the last 2 seasons, they've lost to Cabras in the semi-finals.
I think after winning local circuit, we are ready to win Kenya Cup and defend our Enterprise Cup next year.
However, one team, Cabras Sugar, has denied them the Kenya Cup twice by beating them twice in the semi-finals, and the 2 teams encountered this season will be one to look out for.
Cabras away. It was a tough match, and going to Kakamega, mentally itself, it's a big ask, and the guys stepped up. Guys were on form, and we stuck to our systems, and everything went well, and we won Kakamega. Unfortunately, we lost the same team in the semis, and hopefully we won't repeat that mistake again. So Kenya Cup, watch out.
When it comes to 15s, yes, I think they're able to beat us. They've won like 3 of our competition. We also won. They've never beaten us when we are in Kakamega, in their home ground. So, and we've never beaten them when we are in Nairobi. So, it's a balance between us and them. And I think whoever is more focused when we meet will be able to win.
Probably not even. Okay, yes, Cabras is one. The other nemesis is probably KCB, because there's a relation between KCB and Homeboyz. Homeboyz were always they were like a feeder team to KCB before they broke away. So you'll find a lot of the players who play for Homeboyz had stints at KCB. And whenever KCB, and I think in 8-9 meetings or 10 meetings in the 15th game, I think Homeboyz have only beaten KCB, I think, only once. So that just shows you that mentally, when they come to playing KCB, I don't know what happens. I don't know if they feel that they're not ready to take on KCB. The same applies to Cabras. I think they've only beaten Cabras once. One of the very few teams to have beaten Cabras in their patch at home in Kakamega. I think I was there for that game, and I saw how Homeboyz came from behind to win that game. But the question is, can they do it now on the big stage when it's a Kenya Cup semi-final or a Kenya Cup final? That's now how we'll know that Homeboyz has matured and they've now reached the big league. But when you're losing now in the semi-finals or in the final to the same two teams, because Homeboyz, look at the record against Impala, it's pretty decent. Look at the record against Harlequins, pretty decent. Look at the record against Nakuru, it's pretty decent. But those two teams seem to have a kryptonite over them, and that's probably why they can't be able to beat them consistently. They may get the one-off victory, but they cannot beat them consistently. And that maybe now will be the job of Simon Odongo now to ensure that we beat these two teams. Because if you can beat those two teams, then definitely you are champions of the Kenya Cup.
One man, however, is synonymous with the Homeboyz rugby team, Coach Paul Murunga. Coach Pau, as he is popularly known, has been with the team since its inception and has been a mentor to many of the boys in the squad.
He's amazing. He's amazing. Keep in mind that by the time we won the Enterprise Cup, our number 10 was 19 years old by then. So by the mere fact that he's giving such young guys the opportunity, and then they come and they steer us to victory, it's amazing. He's a good coach. He's a good mentor, and most Kenyan coaches can learn from him. Yeah.
Being a coach, I think the transition didn't start 2008. It was much earlier, 2004. Yeah, 2004. By then, I was still playing for armed forces, Ulinzi in Jamhuri, Ulinzi RFC. By then, so 2005 it was disbanded. Then later on, I joined the KCB. So back in Ulinzi, 2004, we were able to bring kids during Sunday evening from Kibera. So Kibera is just next to Jamhuri. So Sunday evening we bring kids, then we teach them how to play. Young boys to play, then later on they go home in the evening. Then in 2005 I was part of the Kenyan Rugby development coach, coaching age grade, basically junior. So I was attached to several schools. I coached Lepik in 2005, primary. Then I coached St. Peter's Clevers in the one that is in town, and at Mudurwa primary. By then, 2005, 2006. Then 2007, I coached Lenana High School to national level, 2007 and 2008. So I took Lenana to Nations for 2 seasons. Then 2009 now I was called for Kenya Under-19 as assistant coach to Micho Chola. From then, Micho Chola, I think thereafter went for 7th assignment, senior level. Then I remained with the juniors till 2014.
Well, I think he's done a very, very good job. I mean, Pau is a rugby man through and through. I mean, if you look at Pau's career, started off in Kakamega, then I think he went to Ulinzi, and then he went on to KCB, where he was part of the team which won on the Kenya Cup for 3 years in a row. He's a rugby man through and through. He has been coach of the Kenya Under-20 team for 8 years before he became now coach of assistant coach with Benji in 2016. So he knows his rugby very well. He's done a very good job with Homeboyz.
With the blistering performance in the Enterprise Cup and the National 7 Series, coupled with the numerous players in the national team, namely Oscar Ayodi, Jeff Oluoch, Philip Ikambili, Joshua Chisanga, Patrick Ouko, Menengai, Homeboyz will definitely be a team to look out for in the title chase.
Going for the top goal. We want to dethrone whomever's there. I know Homeboyz can take this thing, and we're going to pull. We're going to learn from the Sevens boys and take it a step higher. So I believe we're going to win the Kenya Cup. God willing.
Kenya Cup, I think it's a long season, and in between you'll meet several teams, and of course the usual top teams, KCB, Cabras, Impala, Harlequins. Of course they are a good side, even Northeast is a good side. So having played the whole season, I think when it comes to playoffs, that's when it matters a lot, and we really need to focus on that.
Anything less than a semi-final, I would deem it to be a failure for Homeboyz. They need to be in the semis. They've been like in the semis for the past 2 years. What they now need to do is to make that step and now probably go and play in the final. So Homeboyz, definitely minimum semis, and most likely they need to be in the Kenya Cup final this year.